From Nashville, Tennessee, Inside the Noize podcast with your host, Jenna Heidman. Here's Jenna.
All right, welcome to Inside the Noize. I'm your host, Jenna Heidman. We're here at the Song Mill recording with our guest today, Josh Gallagher.
What's up?
Welcome.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, I'm drinking a beer. I'm pretty good.
Okay, so each week on the podcast, we kind of like warm it up with make some noise, stop that noise. So a good week, bad week. Something good that's going on, something you want to stop that noise about.
Oh, good. Should I start with good? Do you go first or I go first?
I mean, if you're ready, you can go first.
You want rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Hold on. I'm judging this.
Well,
All right.
we got Justin Addis on the line.
Judge Jadis.
Judge Addis. Oh, sorry. My bad.
All right. It's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, so technically you're on 4.
I don't like that version, but okay. That's fine.
Are you gonna call out the winner?
That's like the fancy version.
And I want to see flat elbows and flat palms.
I can't 90 degree. I'm like, I'm a fucking ballerina.
Okay.
Rock.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Rock.
Do it faster.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We're the same people. We both threw scissors.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So hold on.
You go first.
We didn't discuss the terms.
So you go first.
Winner goes first.
So you go first.
Shit. All right. Good week. I don't know. I don't keep track of this shit. I wrote a bunch of good songs this week. I just got back from a writer's retreat
That's fun.
with a couple buddies up in Kentucky, and we were up there for about 3 days and wrote a bunch of new songs. 2 really good songs that I'm thinking about cutting. So good week.
That's good week. Good
week.
Woo! Make some noise.
Yeah, woo! Bad week. I just found out that there's a coyote running around in my backyard.
Gotta get
Man,
him.
that's a good week.
Gotta
I saw
get
that,
him.
I saw that video of the AR-15.
Yeah, that's next. I'm actually probably gonna post that tomorrow. But no, that's bad. But good for me, bad for him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a feather in your hat,
You have a feather in your beard.
probably.
Yeah,
My wife has
you have a
just
whole
like
damn
down
bird.
pillows.
Do I really have?
Yeah, it's right over here. Yeah, it's right about right. You got it. It's right there. Told you.
Okay.
I may or may not have been napping today.
I won't lie to you.
That's why he's late.
This dickhead thinks I was lying to him. What? Okay, good
Okay.
week, bad week. You go.
So, my good week is I'm going to Texas soon. I love Texas.
Texas is the shit.
So I'm going down for a wedding,
Nice.
which is a good week. It's
So
also,
you gonna get hammered?
see, that's the bad week too. That's a good week. It's gonna turn into next week's bad week because it's my boss's wedding and I'm going alone. And if I get hammered, I'm probably gonna make out with someone. And
Somebody go to the boss.
he's getting
Jinx,
married.
All right,
I wanna- how are you?
But no, that's not my bad week. But yeah, that could be my bad week next week because it could be a problem.
I was thinking
be
hangover
fine.
bad week. That's why I was going with that.
No, like I'll be okay.
We should
You're not very confident in yourself.
we should
It's like,
totally-
I'll be okay.
I don't know if you
I'm gonna be good.
but
Me
okay.
and you should follow her out
It's-
there to the wedding and have Mike film it, and we do like wedding crashers.
It's kinda
white
funny.
trash wedding crashers.
Lock it up.
Because like
Yeah.
That would be terrible.
Oh
Like,
man.
do it.
Me and
Oh,
you
no.
would kill white trash wedding crashers.
oh my gosh. But my
I'm
bad
down.
my bad week is I'm not going home for Thanksgiving this year.
You're not?
No. Which is
When
like
do you ever go home for Thanksgiving?
I usually go to Kentucky and go deer hunting. But I
That's
think
good.
Kentucky's season is earlier this year because Thanksgiving's so late. So I'm going next week.
Pretty sure Thanksgiving's the
Thanksgiving's
same
same
time every year.
It's the last week of November.
Like Kentucky's just like they just keep fucking moving it.
Yeah.
Last year
Okay,
was in
well-
January.
Well, there's 2 weekends I go, and I'm not going to
Like
that.
I don't even know when Jesus' birthday is
there's-
this year.
Y'all, no, there are 4 weeks in November. There are 5 Thursdays in November this year. No, there's only 4. But there's usually only 3. Think about it.
I remember
I
that.
never
I saw
paid
it on the
attention.
TV.
I honestly never
Thanksgiving
paid
is the
attention.
last Thursday of every
Yes.
November.
Right.
Sometimes there's 3 Thursdays, sometimes there's 4.
Kentucky's like, hey man,
Man, y'all just got
I
quit.
don't fucking know when deer
Thursday.
season is around here.
Well, I usually go there and spend it with my dad. I don't think he's going to Kentucky this year, but I'll be flying out to Texas that weekend anyway. So
Texas is cool though.
Texas is
Where are you
cool.
from?
Illinois.
Illinois?
I just really like Texas.
Texas is shit. And people from Texas will tell you that Texas is shit.
Yeah.
You know what the best country in the United States is?
Texas.
They're literally not a state. Like they are.
No, they're a country.
Yeah, they're their own
nation.
It's called a republic.
They can survive on their own.
But also, the United States is called a republic. You know?
Yeah. Commonwealth.
To the republic for which it stands.
One nation under God.
Yeah. All right.
What is going on?
America.
Freedom. That's what's going on. Freedom of speech. Freedom to drink.
On a podcast.
And not worry about Nazis. Just saying.
That's where we're at.
Okay. Josh, give our listeners kind of like the backstory, how you got to Nashville, what you've been doing the last few years.
Did you say backstory or bat story?
Backstory.
I swear to God, I heard you say backstory.
Backstory.
I don't even have a fucking lair. I need a car. Shit. Well, I've been here in Nashville for 5 years. Actually, 5 years this year, on August 18th. But
that's usually how time works. You know. Sorry. Continue.
TikTok. Yeah. So yeah, I moved down here. My wife and I moved down here 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really know how or like I was gonna get into music and shit like that. But Tootsie's and the whole Broadway thing, kind of how it started, and so I did that for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and got the chance to be on The Voice through private audition playing around town and shit, and went there and did that, and then. That was 2016, and finished top 4 there, and then from there I just haven't been able to like sleep or eat or like calm down or chill out or anything. No, it's been good though.
You know, a lot of people.
Words.
Hold on. I'm trying to say this and not sound stupid, which is very hard.
That's tough. That's tough.
But you see, like a lot of people go on The Voice and don't utilize it and continue their career from it. But he's one that like has been nonstop touring, playing, and building his socials and everything like that, putting out content, and he's used that platform for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, man.
Instead of coming to town and just sitting on your hands and saying I was on TV.
That's what it is, though.
Yeah.
It's like it's The Voice is like. So first of all, let me start here. I'll just say that anybody, and I tell people ask me all the time. They're like, "Would you encourage people to go on The Voice if they ask, or if they ask you your opinion?" I say absolutely, because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's a platform. They're like, all right, we're gonna be your booking agent and your manager and your PR for the next 7 months, and you're gonna get to here,
And then you're going to be able to
your
grow
own.
on that.
and then from that, you gotta. It's how you build off of that.
Right, yeah.
So that's exactly what it is. It's a great launching pad. And it was a fucking blast out there. I've never been so drunk.
Yeah, I'm
in my
sure it
life.
was a fun experience.
Man, I remember when you went on The Voice because we were at Tootsie's together.
That's right.
And and everybody was like, "Yeah, John Taylor's pissed at Josh because he went on that TV show."
I know. I don't get his deal, man.
I get his deal. He's Satan. And
Yeah, there's not too many people that like him, but
so you like to party?
I fucking love the party. It's my favorite pastime. But yeah, so I was living in Pittsburgh, and I dropped out of school, moved back in with my parents, and I started playing guitar when I was 8 or 10. I mean, my parents got me my first guitar. I played in bands and growing up in little garage bands with my buddies and shit like that. But when I
Were you
moved back,
actually in a garage?
yeah, we actually were. It was an actual garage band. The game.
I tried
Just
to have one
worse.
garage band, but the only garage we had was like my dad's like shop in the backyard, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of my garage!"
He's like, "How'd you get in there?"
Yeah,
I had it locked.
yeah.
Every lock on the door was locked. How'd you get in? But yeah, we were in an actual garage band. But
What was the name of the band?
oh god, I don't want to tell you. We were called Panic Mode.
Cool.
Yeah.
Please tell me you
Cool.
were like a punk band.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That sounds really
we were
funky.
so fucking good.
Kinda.
We were great. We sounded. We just
I
sounded.
mean, I'm sure you. I mean, you're as long as you weren't like.
we weren't terrible, but we weren't like
You
fucking
were.
Foo Fighters or shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I moved back into my parents after leaving Pittsburgh, and I started playing acoustic out again. And I'll never forget the very first show I played when I got back was at a little bar called Sokol's in the town next over from mine, and it was packed. It was my first time playing out again, so I was like nervous as shit. But then I finally got over that, playing more shows, and then the crowds kept getting bigger and bigger and shit like that. I did that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Just playing solo acoustic shit back home. And then people were like, man, you need to get down to Nashville, blah, blah, blah. And I never even thought about it before, you know. It didn't even really cross my mind. But the more and more I played it, I was like, fuck it.
Is that like a circuit that you were in up there? Or?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, you'll go to some states and some areas, and you're like, there's not a whole lot of music here.
Yeah,
it's weird.
So when someone
plays,
Pennsylvania,
no music.
Yeah, exactly. But like Pennsylvania, at least like Central PA, where I'm from, there's a huge fucking music scene there. There's bands and people playing all over the fucking place. Yeah, so it's nothing to go back there and catch a band at any bar or club anywhere. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you moved to Nashville with your now wife, but were you guys just dating then? And how did that move go? Did you guys move together?
Yeah, I drug her with me.
How was she feeling about that?
She's like, I don't want to leave. No, she was good with it. I'll tell a little funny story about her here in a second. She's gonna kill me, but I don't care.
Were y'all looking forward to not being cold in the summertime?
It took me a hot second. Yeah, we were. Yeah, but now it's too fucking hot down here. Or like parents in the summer, they're like, oh, what's the heat like down there? It's like fucking June. It's 140,000 fucking degrees down here. That's
there's literally there's a dragon on top of the Batman building just breathing on tourists.
Golly, this is terrible. But where were we at? I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Moving here.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you for the cue. Yeah, so it actually worked out. I met her at actually in the same town that my first show was in when I moved back in with my parents.
Nice.
It was a Lilly Carnival, Lilly, Pennsylvania. And a buddy of mine called me to ask if I wanted to open up for him in his band. Mm-hmm. They were playing the carnival that night, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, sure, why not? So, at the time...
And this is after The Voice?
No, this was
before
I didn't move here. Yeah, this was before I even moved
here.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Let him tell the story.
Get with the pro.
Let him tell the story.
Hey, you should open your beer.
That's what's wrong.
Yeah, there you go. That's a beautiful sound. So, I went and opened for my buddy's band, Locked and Loaded. And at the time, my wife's name's Lindsay. So Lindsay's best friend was dating their bass player. Those two now are married. So those two came up to the show to watch Locked and Loaded play. And Lindsay was there, and I was playing.
You won her over with your guitar.
I did, yeah. Yeah. And to this day, she'll actually still tell you that if I didn't play Something About a Truck, which was her favorite song at the time, she wouldn't have like never looked over. But I was like, something about a truck like that, in a farmer's field, and she was like, that was, you guys can't see it, but that was her look. Yeah, that was the look. Wow. Yeah. So then, yeah, that was game over. She was going to Penn State at the time, and she wanted to move out of state to work anyway. So it just so happened to work out that over the 2 years that I was playing, she was finishing school. So by the time I was like, we were 2 years into dating, she was graduating, I was like, we should just fucking move to Nashville.
Yeah.
All right, that works.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now she teaches down at McKendree Daycare downtown on Commerce.
Nice.
Little 3-year-olds, about 12 of them every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not a kid person.
She texted me earlier today, and she was like, hey, you want to drink beer and stuff whenever I get home? I was like, yeah. So that means she's having a bad day.
Oh, no.
It was gonna be, it'll be.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you come off The Voice, you come back to Nashville, and you start recording new music?
Yeah, so it was kind of a little... I mean, there's no Nashville how-to, so everybody kind of has to figure out their own way. You know? Mm-hmm. But how I actually got started recording down here was through a buddy of mine. His name's Jarrett Hartness. He's also a badass writer.
Shout out Jay Hart.
Yeah, say it. Shout out Jarrett Hartness. But love you, buddy.
Raise hell, praise Dale.
Raise Dale. He even points in threes. That's how much he loves Dale. But him and I met at the Commodore, and he got hooked up with a guy named Buddy Hyatt, who I'm sure you guys might know. He's a great piano player, and he's played with some of the biggest acts in the world. And he does demo sessions. And Jarrett got hooked up with him, hooked me up with Buddy, and then I started doing demos with him. So that's kind of how I started putting out my first kind of Nashville music.
Nice.
And then
doing like demo singing.
Yeah, well, not demos. I was singing my demos.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
singing on. Yeah, but I would just. They, you know how they do demo days down here in studio. And their producer or whatever gets over. Hey, we're doing demo down. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Send us your songs. So that's how I got started doing that. And then I met my producer, Chad Carlson, my now producer. I met him about a year after we moved down here, and he's worked with everybody. He's been in. He mostly does engineering for projects and different people's shit, but
he also has a Grammy for doing.
Yeah, I was getting there, Dad.
I feel like you're skipping the biggest thing.
I was getting there.
There's a reason you don't have a microphone.
Mic it up. I mean, ramp it up. Like, anyway, he engineered all Taylor Swift's albums from start to
boy, howdy.
her Red album. He's 2 Grammys with her, so that just kind of worked out really well. Him and I. Since then. Since it was kind of like we just clicked right away. I was like, he gets me. So this new record that I have out right now, he produced the whole thing. So that's this noise and the sound that you guys hear when you go listen to it.
Cool. So when you put that out this year, like, what was your plan behind it? Like, how did you put it out? Did you put out singles first? Did you put out the whole thing? How did you market it? Do you have a team around you?
Yeah. So the first year that I was off The Voice, I couldn't do shit. So I was under contract.
Right.
And luckily, my contract was only for a year, which is great because there's been other people who's had way worse contracts, and they couldn't do shit for like 5 years. But anyway, so when my year was up, I was like, shit, my year's almost up. I actually had my attorney get me out of it a little bit early because I was starting to feel that pressure of the voice stuff starting to fade off because I couldn't put any new music out.
Yeah, so you're trying to keep your fans engaged,
right. I'm like,
that you've grown, but you weren't giving them anything
shit out there
content-wise.
Did you not do like even cover videos and stuff?
I could. I did here and there, but it wasn't like...
It's not,
that doesn't like really...
That's not feeding your artist side.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like we said before. You take the launching pad that The Voice provided you and you just build off of that. And you sing covers on the show, but after that I was like, man, if I could do a couple covers, but mostly deliver... my own music, I think that would probably be the best way to go. Anyway, my contract ended in 2017. I put out my first single, How About You, that February.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
So...
Did you feel like your fans...
how did
your fans respond to that? Because they probably just...
Oh, it was great.
Good?
They fucking loved it. Yeah, they were like... It was almost like it's like... Finally, new music.
Something that's not a cover from The Voice.
Yeah. But I put my first single out February 2018.
So you had it like ready to roll. You just had to get it out.
Yeah. I was just sitting on it. I couldn't do anything with it for a while, but I put it out, and then we shot the music video at Martin's Barbecue on 4th Ave here in Nashville. Video got put on CMT and their 12-pack countdown, and it was #1 for 5 weeks on there. So
dang, so you had some good fans voting behind you.
They were just like taking the fucking torch and just running that bitch the whole way to the end of the train station. You know? So it worked out really well. Then later that year, I put out another single called "Run the Radio," and kind of just rode that out for the rest of that year. Then this spring, actually it was January this year, I was like, oh, I have like a lot of songs. I want to put out a new record. And I got a little ahead of myself because I was like, these are the 12 songs I want to put out. Full record. I didn't plan it out before I actually released it.
So you just got excited, I need to get this out there.
Yeah, I was like, hey guys, here's a brand new record. 12 songs. It's going to be awesome. And then I was like, well, that's not going to work out too well.
Yeah.
I ended up splitting up the records, putting 2 singles out off of this first record that I released in May. And then... we were going to release the second half of the record, which would be a new EP this fall. But my new single out right now, we wanted to give time to work and kind of marinate and do its thing. And that's what we're doing right now. We're just pushing the shit out of my new single. So next spring, we're going to put out the second record. And then in the next fall.
Yeah. That's a good to kind of like keep feeding your fans new content.
Yeah, right. I mean, we've been playing out some of the stuff off of the new record coming out next spring. And... the fans absolutely love it already.
So how do you get on that like 12-pack countdown? And do you just submit as an artist, or do you have to go through your producer?
I kind of got lucky. One of the producers from The Voice, when I got off the show, they introduced me to Leslie Fram over at CMT.
She's awesome.
She runs that whole shit. Yeah, Leslie's fucking great. When you hear this, Leslie, you know. But she's awesome. So I just kept in touch with her over the past years. And we shot this video, and I sent it to her. And at this time, I didn't really have any, I was kind of doing everything myself. I didn't have a team or anybody around me. I just, fuck it. What's it going to hurt if I reach out to her? Right. So I reached out to her, sent her the video. She's like, this is awesome. And she placed it on there. And that's kind of how that went.
And that,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's really how that went.
I've sent CMT videos before, and they've been like, they're like, actually, we don't want to talk to you anymore.
It's funny. And for how about you too? It was like we weren't even trying to shoot a music video. I wanted to shoot a lyric video. So I was like, that would probably be the best for right now. But when we got done with it, my now manager Paul, he was like, dude, you got to look at this. He's like, I don't think we should put anything on it. And it turned out, I was like, holy shit.
I like videos better than lyric videos. I feel like the lyric videos are always kind of dorky.
Yeah, they're simple. I mean,
it depends on who does it and how it's produced, but like, there's some that just look like
the ones that are
some
just
people like word art on them.
You do them on the InShot app on your phone?
Yes, and I'm just like, what? There are some cool ones, but like a lot of the ones I see I'm not engaged by. Or I'm just kind of like, that didn't make me want to listen to the song anymore or any less, but it just is like,
I don't want to look at your lyrics.
You had a one lyric video. Did you ever put that one out? Or
which one?
All I remember is it had like lyrics in the tires and they were spinning or something.
Oh, I was running the radio. Yeah, I did a lyric video for my second single.
Sorry, hate on lyric videos. I didn't watch that one yet, so
I left that one out because I knew you didn't like it.
It was a Jeep summer video.
Yeah, it was really well done. But again, it had like
this dickhead
animation.
He doesn't have a mic. His name's Mike though.
It had like really cool animation and it was more than just like this cursive script writing itself on the actual like a cloud background. You know?
Yeah, that was all. He shot that whole thing. You guys can't hear him, but he's back there.
Okay, so you kind of have someone on your team right now helping with content.
Yeah.
And then you have a manager, and you have publicity.
Yeah, I have a PR team now too, core PR.
And then, is that kind of like your team you got around you right now?
Yeah, that's who I'm working with right now. Still looking for that solid booking agent. Like we're still booking all of our stuff right now, which is fine. You know,
now, do you book it and like email them from like a fake email, or do you have someone on your team email?
So it's actually 90% of the stuff that I book comes from my aunt. Actually,
okay.
So she still lives in Pennsylvania, and the whole backstory with her being brought onto the team was whenever I was on The Voice. Before I went on The Voice, I was running my merch out of my apartment that I was living in, and when I went on The Voice, I was like, I can't do this shit because I'm out here for like months at a time.
Yeah.
So I asked her. I was like, can you just help out and take over some of this merch?
And you come back, she's got like an empire and
she did, dude. She's like,
she's got like a sweatshop in the back. Like,
yeah, man.
We make our own shirts now.
Yeah. She's like, I figured out how to do this shit.
Yeah.
And she did. She figured out how to do it really, really well. And so it evolved from merchandise to her helping me book stuff.
That's awesome.
So she's still actually.
And you're like 90% back in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so anywhere you play, you can always go back to, and the crowd's going to grow every single time. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, she busts her ass. She books 90% of the stuff. Like now, my manager Paul. I must just say my mom. Paul and manager.
I got my mom. I got my mom.
Yeah, this is my. But my manager Paul, he'll get stuff and book it for me, or either that or he'll send it over to my aunt and she'll take care of it. But yeah, I mean, we're just kind of like it feels like now actually. I'd say this past like 6 months, it's like feels like everything's just starting to like finally
like start working.
Everybody's working in the same fucking direction.
We're going.
Yeah.
Now at the end of the year, are you slowing down kind of? The music industry kind of. The music industry, like the office jobs, shut down like December 1st. Like we all stopped working.
I know,
then.
yeah, no shit.
Like
it's like
last year.
People leave town
every weekend.
You stop working. Usually people stop touring.
It's like Thanksgiving until New Year's.
You're just done.
It's like they call it the off season for a reason, but Especially like for me, after this first record, after I got done writing for this first record, you write for a record, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm not gonna write for a while.
Okay.
I got a project out, but I'm like, fuck, my calendar's so full. You know, like, yeah. I can't stop. If I stop writing for a week, it's just like working out or training or whatever. Like I gotta keep that. I have to. I don't know about other writers, but I have to fucking keep that going. Yeah. And like,
I mean, it just depends on your work ethic too. The people that have a strong work ethic, the ones that can get off their ass and go to the gym every day, are going to be the ones that can write every day. The ones
it's kind of works the same way. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't fucking go to the gym.
I was just gonna ask, how do you stay healthy? This is one of my favorite questions. How do you stay healthy on the road? Or, like, do you have anything you do on the road? Do you not stay healthy on the road?
Just banging rails.
Or how do you balance road life with like being married in a relationship? Does your wife travel with you a lot, or how do you guys make that work?
It's so I stay healthy on the road by
washing your hands.
This is a two-parter. Yeah, I wash my hands. I eat my own boots. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
I wonder if there was a cocaine in it.
Yeah. I probably have enough alcohol in my system all the time to just thwart off anything. Yeah. Like, I'm going to infect you. No, I'm not. It's like, turn around. Too much blood in this alcohol system. I don't work out. Really. I joke around all the time. People are like, oh, you just look like you work out. I'm like, I do 12-ounce curls. That's beer, because beers are 12 ounces.
Yeah, my sister does this.
Yeah. I do all the time. Anyway, so... I don't know. I just kind of get lucky. I don't really get sick a whole lot. I never had allergies, though, until I moved down here.
Oh,
They say, like, after, like, a year of being here, you'll get allergies, and that sure as fucking shit happens. But, no, Lindsay could go on the road with me whenever she can. It's a little difficult, because I want her to be on the road with me more, but because we normally leave on, like, a Thursday or Friday, she's works. Working. Right, exactly. And then she's only given a certain amount of days off every year. And luckily those days at her job roll over to the next year.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
So she can just keep banking that shit up. But we constantly have fucking weddings to go to, and it's always like we have like 2 or 3 vacations with.
It's always the worst when someone asks you to be in their wedding. You know?
No, that's great.
I'm the maid of honor coming up for a friend, and I'm playing the bachelorette party. And
that sucks.
And it's stressful.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's not until March, and I have the other bridesmaids already texting me, calling me, like, have you booked a place yet? Where are we going to stay?
They're like, what's fucking going on?
Like...
Hey, if I was you, I would be like...
I'm like, guys, give me a week or two.
Capital of the world, right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, do it here.
No.
Tell them to come to you.
We're going to a beach. I need a vacation, too.
That's true.
Go.
They all live out of town, so, like, it would be so lame for... You just go out here.
That's exactly what I would do. So
yeah, no shit. I'd be like, nah, you guys come here. This place is more fun anyway.
There's almost as many like stupid bachelorette party vehicles driving around as there are actual vehicles.
Just making bank.
Yes, like don't you wish you would have moved here with a tractor?
Oh my god.
Or like,
I don't have the money to buy one, but I would buy one.
I remember
starting a bachelorette tractor.
It's so, or like there's not a fire truck that I rated people ride on the fire truck. And I'm like, well, that looks fun, but, like, I also feel like it's not okay for a fake fire truck or ambulance to be riding around people on the back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's probably...
unless the top
that's, like, cut off or something.
I think it is, like, a little cut off or, like, redone up there to be, like, a platform, but I don't know.
Man, I remember 2012 at Blue Bar. Ray Smitherman was drunk on Miller Lite and looked at me and goes, I'm going to buy one of them stretch limos. I'm going to chop the top off of it and make it look like a damn pontoon boat. I'm going to drive it up and down Broadway and people are going to pay me $1 million to do it. And I was like, good fucking luck. And then now he's got a fleet of 3 of them. Yeah. Nashville Party Barge. The first one, Nashville Party Barge.
And it's insane.
He told you that shit was going to happen.
And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And that, I mean, it's like if someone would have said, yeah, there's going to be scooters in Nashville. Oh yeah, okay. You know.
Get rid of them fucking things.
They're dangerous. I went out with my sister on Cinco de Mayo, and she lives here now, and we don't go out that often together.
Right.
But we got hammered.
Oh, yeah.
And
especially when we go out that much.
We were on a scooter. She was riding a scooter, and she thinks she was cool and tried to, like, jump the curb, but she fell off over the scooter head first, had blood running down her arm.
fucked up?
These boys like came over and picked her up, and I was just laughing at her on my scooter.
Oh, she did it on purpose. She's like, "There's boys down here."
Yeah, they helped her up, and then we went to the bar.
Yeah.
And then I left her at the bar on accident. Like, I left her.
Ah, girl.
Like, everyone left, and then she called my mom in Illinois crying that I left her at the bar.
Starting to figure out why your sister won't go out with you
I left her at a bar once.
Yeah, you left her in a bar with strangers who picked her up off the
She
street.
couldn't figure out how to get home. I guess it is my fault. I guess I should have been a better older sister.
Oh, you were hammered. That's all right.
Yes, you was Cinco de Mayo.
She was hammered too. She didn't know where she was. You
didn't
didn't know where you were. She
I
didn't know
was
where she
trying to go
was. She didn't know
home.
where you were. Vice versa.
Yeah, it was a problem. She was mad at me the next day. I felt really bad. It's fine.
You can tell you felt bad.
Yeah. You look really.
I felt kind of bad.
Yeah. Still
She
tortures her to this day.
She made it home.
Yeah.
She was so mad at me. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so I'm asking Santa for a $200 toaster.
Yeah.
$200.
I love this toaster. I'm obsessed.
What is so fucking cool
It's
about
so
it?
cute. I can get it in a lot of colors. It's pretty.
Oh, it's cute. That's why it's $200. I get it.
Okay,
Makes
are
sense.
we ready? Okay, so we each week on the podcast we do off the record confessions. So something weird or embarrassing about yourself. And I'll go first to give you some time to think.
Yeah, I need to think about this one.
So I do this weird thing. Not weird, because I don't actually do it. But I had this plan.
You said it's weird.
So if someone's booked for the podcast and they might not know what I look like or who I am, and I see them in an airport while they're traveling,
Shit.
I like to do weird things, like maybe airdrop them a weird photo.
I'm already nervous. I think
Or-
I know where you're going.
What? How often does this happen?
One time Brindley
So I'm just
Addington.
at the airport stalking motherfuckers all
Yes,
day.
all the time.
TSA gave me a badge and shit. I just walked.
I travel a lot, and
Yeah.
you guys travel a lot, so it just happens. Like if you're going back to Nashville, you're probably gonna be on a flight with someone you know.
Probably.
And so I did this to, I almost did to Brindley, and then I told him about it when we recorded the podcast like a week later. But I saw you at the airport, and
God damn, I knew you were going. Somebody airdropped me some shit.
no,
man.
I did not airdrop you anything. But
Oh,
here's
wasn't
what,
you?
here's what I was gonna do.
Somebody airdropped me some weird
But I
shit.
know you're a drummer kind of too, so I didn't want to be like weird. And I know I've met you before.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I've met you before, so
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
boarding a plane in Minneapolis, so it was Minnesota, and you and your wife were like sitting like on the aisle. It was Southwest, and then
Minnesota?
you guys
Y'all
had a
were both
layover,
in
so you guys got
Minnesota?
off.
Yeah, we had a layover.
So you guys got off the plane. You went to the bathroom, got some snacks, and you got back on the plane.
This is getting really weird.
We were probably. Where the fuck were we flying back
It
from?
was like in August. It was the Labor Day weekend. It was the Minnesota State Fair weekend. I don't know, but you guys,
Been PX.
Colorado. You're coming from Colorado to Minnesota. To
Oh, that was the festival.
I was so creepy.
Jesus. Are you sure you were in fucking Minnesota for a fair?
So once I noticed that you were there, instead of airdropping you, I just stalked your entire flight.
I used my
And
TSA
also-
badge. I was getting a fucking plane.
I know why your baggage got delayed.
Yeah.
Because I found it and then I used your toothbrush.
Okay.
She's like, whenever they didn't bring your ear rack back when you got here. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
That was a festival. We played a festival in Raton, New Mexico. We had to fly to Denver though. So yes,
Okay, and then you
my
came to
God.
Minnesota, and you guys got off the plane, and then you got back.
this is awesome.
I thought for sure she was talking about like the airport here, and then you were like out in Minnesota. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then she was like, and then I saw you go to the bathroom, and then you left there and got snacks. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna let this
Okay.
roll.
Well, oh god.
Yeah, perfect.
But you guys got aboard first, so you guys got back on the plane.
Yeah, because I always
And you-
upgrade our fucking boarding
Because I
position.
can't stalk you from in front of you.
And you sat on the window, and your wife sat in the aisle, and I was like, how funny would it be if I was that person that came and was like, I want the middle seat.
Oh, that would have been so good.
And then just been creepy the whole way.
That would have been
Oh,
fucking
that was
awesome.
exactly what you
You
should
should have
done.
fucking done
But
that.
then I was afraid that you might. I
No,
was
but
a
then
little.
as soon as he's like, you're crying.
I felt like I was getting a little sick, so I was kind of like, I knew because I had traveled and I was outside in the cold in Minnesota.
Just sat right in the middle and
Yeah.
started coughing all over the
No,
fucking
this prank's
place.
gonna-
Yeah.
Like I just wasn't feeling my best because I was flying
should've
home
got
from a
real
long
south.
weekend. But I was like, if I would have been probably feeling like really good and like really creepy, I would have sat in between you guys and just said weird things.
And he's like,
Just whispered stuff.
yeah, he would look at you and be like, I swear I know. You'd be like, no.
I would have been so
Do
creepy.
you have Instagram? No.
No.
I would have been
Sure
just like
don't.
super creepy. And like, if you guys would have been like, oh no, like, if your wife would be like, oh, I'll sit in the middle, I'd be like, no, I really want that middle seat.
I really want to sit here.
I'm sorry, I have OCD. I specifically buy the middle seats.
Oh, you
That
should
way-
have done
But
it. Great.
it would have
You should have done
been
that.
really funny, but
I would just do that to strangers. Just
I told that
You know what
to...
would have been even worse though too is like if you would have been like, "Hey, what's up?" and I'd have like, because I do this shit all the time. I'm sure you
I
do.
had
too.
glasses
act like
on
you
and
know
like,
you are.
Like, I'm
pajama-
sure you do. Like, oh, we all do this.
Yeah.
Like, so we meet so many of the same person, but we never fucking remember their names.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They're always like
I walked up to
faces. It's like, yeah, it's you. What's up?
I saw Austin Jinx out the other night. He's been on the podcast, and I had a cowboy hat on, and I went up and said hey to him, and he had no idea who it was. So I like brought up like, oh yeah, like da-da-da's gonna be on the podcast next, like, and he's like, oh, he's like, I didn't recognize you with that hat on. He's like, I'm like, I can tell you didn't.
Yeah.
So I gave you a hint of where I was coming
you
from.
definitely should have done that.
But that would have been really creepy, but it would have been really awesome. But with Brindley, I'd never met Brindley in person before we booked the podcast, and
should've did it.
it was in Kansas, and I saw him getting on a plane with his guitar.
Yeah.
And I was gonna, he put it on the, like, obviously in the overhead thing, and like,
you stalk a lot of people.
Yeah, and the weird thing is she flies to other states to do it.
yeah. And like, with
rush.
Brindley, I was legit looking to see if he was on airdrop, and he wasn't. But then I was gonna sit next to him and be like, so you have a guitar and you play music, and be like super creepy.
You should have been, yeah.
And then you showed up to the podcast and you're there like,
And then,
oh,
yes,
God.
and I was just gonna like,
bad.
I was gonna like creepily hit on him and like just be really super creepy. And then when he walked into the podcast, he would have seen me and been like, I'm not doing this interview. And he
I was
would have
going
laughed.
to creepily hit on him, and then if he wanted to, I was going to like go to the bathroom and...
I was gonna creepily watch him go to the bathroom too.
And if he wanted to make out, I was going to creepily do that too.
But I mean, that would have been a good long term joke to like be really creepy on the plane, and then he walked into the room and it'd be me, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, that girl was on my flight, and she was weird."
That would have been so great.
When you
God
brought
damn.
that
Can
up,
you book a flight somewhere where I'm going again?
Yeah.
Just don't tell me where.
Yeah, do it
Disguise
before
yourself.
Oh, I
Mike
have to
can
do it
hear
to the next
podcast.
person because I see people a lot, and that would have been really creepy.
So you travel a bunch though,
Yeah,
huh?
but
Just
I mean, yeah, you can't stop
I look
people if
at
you
where
don't travel.
people are playing, and I go stalk them. I don't go to their show. I just go
You're like-
around the same town.
Oh, Stockton. Look at that. I'm go there.
Go on there. That's my hometown.
I just got lucky that you were at the airport, because why would you have flown from Denver to Minneapolis
Yeah,
to
no shit.
Nashville?
Damn, you should have done that. That would be great. Because then you could I'd have got on here, and my dumb ass would have been like, "Hey, what's up? Good to see you." And I wouldn't have put two and two together.
Yeah.
So you'd have brought that up, and it would have really fucked.
And
Like,
you
I never
would-
get embarrassed.
You've
but
been
I
like,
would've
oh
been
my gosh.
Oh fuck, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to be creepy, but then I was like, what if Andrew just like texts him and be like, that's Jenna, bro?
Oh, yeah.
And like rats me out.
I don't think he would have. Andrew likes to not throw me under the bus, but like he likes to watch me suffer
Yeah.
and like go through like.
Well, that's what friends
It's like he
are for.
likes to laugh at me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We're all dumbasses.
I mean, you guys
in-
had the
in
prime
band.
seat because you guys got on first, so you were up to the front.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I prefer the other side of the plane, so like you guys were on the right. when
you
you
would
walked
be,
in.
Stay
you
tight.
would be a very good witness in a trial, because you have good memory.
Like I stalked this motherfucker the whole way to the house that they killed this people.
I'm telling you, man. If you ever need a character witness, you need to like bring her
I
in.
know.
But like I've watched him for days.
Yeah.
No, it's not that creepy.
That's pretty awesome though.
It's a little
God
creepy.
damn, I wish you'd have done it.
You're not creepy. You're funny.
It's a little creepy though, but it's like all in good nature. It's not like I'm like
You
being-
should have. You should start like okay. So you have the podcast here.
Yeah.
You should like branch off of that and do like go just like take it on the road, but with like film it and
Yeah.
just do like
Creepy
just
thing.
random people
I
like
wanted
creepy
to,
like
so that's what
disguises
I
and
wanted to
shit.
start doing.
Yeah.
Like creepily like
Creepcast.
if a guy's on the
That's
podcast
a good
and
one.
like say he's not married and he's single and like I want to like creepily like your arms look really big. You work out and just like say like creepy like you
Yeah.
make him feel uncomfortable the
Yeah.
whole interview.
Do you care if
I
I lay
would
my
do
head
that.
on your shoulder?
Like, just
I
be,
drool.
just be really weird.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
You got something in your beard. What is it? Me.
just
Can I
be,
get it out with my face? Know that?
And just see how long they last during the interview.
Yeah, almost like what's that show that do that? Impractical Jokers or some shit.
Dude, that show is the best, man.
That's a good show.
I've never laughed like a little girl watching a TV show.
The dude's back there behind the computer. They're like, tell him that he has a small wiener.
Oh.
Or whatever.
I've watched that shit before.
The funniest one I've ever seen, they have like a megaphone and they're standing in Central Park and like they're not actually talking to the megaphone, their buddies are talking into a wireless mic from like the
And he's holding up
the megaphone and it's like shouting out, and as soon as he picks it up it's like one of the guys on there, he like pulls the mic up and then his buddies go, "Death to a medic." "You American pigs disgust me."
Oh my god.
All these people like
That's so
surrounding.
funny.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I had some dude in the airport one time told me I looked like Taliban.
Well,
Okay.
you do like a towel, man. Like
Oh, he was like dead ass serious. So like, I've had people joke around with me before. I was joking. So all right,
you look like a Taliban especially if you were wearing like a long Taliban kind of costume.
give me a bird.
And I guess they call it clothes, not a costume. But
It's called Halloween here.
yeah,
Which was yesterday.
but you know, like you've left the country for a while, kind of not been outside in the sand. Like you lost your
Yeah,
tan.
you're right. Yeah, lost
Yeah.
my tan. Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate it. It's because I'm white, isn't it?
You can't call people what they are anymore.
No, Rich. So this dude was dead ass serious, and then so you travel a lot, and so do you, Judge Jadis.
Yep.
But you get these people. I don't know about you guys, but I get these fucking people that come up to me all the time, and you can spot them from a mile away, and you're like, "Oh shit, don't fuck to me, please don't fuck."
You're like,
to me.
you're like
Oh,
not
they're
trying to
talking-
like
and
do
you-
anything
and you
else.
can-
they're fucking talking.
The
to me.
worst
See that?
is when
Yeah.
you catch them like looking at you.
And from like the other side of the, you're in fucking like Terminal
That's
D
me.
at the airport, and
My
they're in
watch.
fucking A, and you can see them the whole way over there. Like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Have you ever like had somebody and you thought they were approaching you as like a fan, like, "Oh, here we go, this again," and they're like, "Are you Taliban?" Like,
This kid, this dude, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, honestly, dude, you kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
Was it you? But I was detuning my guitar before I got on the plane. And,
you got any bombs in there?
bongs?
Bombs in your guitar.
I got a bong through the security. But
Attaboy.
I was detuning my guitar, and this dude comes over to me, and I see him walking over, and I'm like, fuck. Don't talk to me. Yeah, he's fucking talking to me. But he's like, oh, nice guitar. I'm like, thanks, man. He asked me some weird question, like,
those Camel
what-
Riders had guitars.
he's like, what kind of lacquer is on it? Or some weird question like that. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
What kind of wood's it made of?
Yeah, like I don't fucking know. I do know that, but so I was kind of like I was talking to him for a minute, and he's like, you know what, man? He's like, you really look like a Taliban, and no, I'm joking. I was like, all right,
And how do you respond to that? You say, okay.
and then he just walked away. yeah,
That's great.
yeah, he just walked off.
I know people was like filming some kind of weird like Facebook prank show or something, and just
Maybe.
did like a bad episode.
You got me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's a weird asshole.
Yeah.
He's weird.
All right, Josh, what's your off the record confession?
I don't know if you're gonna touch the airport, man.
No, I'm definitely not.
I've been holding on to that. That was
yeah,
a while
I know.
ago. That was
Off the
an
record
August.
confession, I'm a nicest.
Yeah. I don't honestly know because it's hard for me. It's hard for me to think about or like pick something that I don't get embarrassed ever, like or anything like.
Well, it doesn't have to be embarrassing to you,
yeah.
but I mean, the people around you, the people that you associate.
Like, what would
yourself
your wife
with.
say is something like weird you do?
Oh, something weird I do is definitely. I could give you that all day long. I'm just fucking weird in general. But okay, that's a good one. So I have a really bad habit, right? Whenever I was younger, and my teeth were growing in, I had a fucking giant gap between my two front teeth, and I always get food stuck. Whatever. Yeah, kind of like you. Still do. Sorry. My bad.
I look like a damn idiot with a
Yeah.
big gap in my teeth.
Yeah. Whoops. But I'd always get food stuck in my teeth, and that gap when I always push air through it.
Yeah.
Instead of using like a toothpick or yeah. And so I still to this day.
Try to.
No, I do it all the fucking time. Like I don't even know that I do it. She'll. Yeah, try it. It's like
I can't.
it's almost like saying "s," but like you push your tongue against the back of your teeth, like that.
Like you're
Yeah,
supposed
kind
to.
of.
We're probably making
Yeah,
people
like you know, how
cringe at
some dudes
home right
spit dip
now.
through their two front teeth like that.
Yep.
Exactly. But I do it all the fucking time, and I don't even notice I do it.
Oh.
So my wife, I tell her, like from the very beginning, she picked up on it like that. And
well, you could have been like, well, you know what? I don't like that you trim your toenails at breakfast. You know?
yeah, right.
Oh no.
I don't like that you get crumbs in
For good and for bad, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah, so it's not embarrassing. It's just weird. But I told her like once we started like getting super serious when we started talking and dating, she was like, "So, what's up with why do you do that?" I was like, "I don't. What are you talking about?" She's like, "When you do the thing," I was like, "Oh fuck." I didn't even know I was doing it. I was like, from here on out,
now
if I fucking do it
it
every time, anytime I do it, I like stop me all the time. So she'll still do it. And I don't even fucking know I did. Especially when I have a dip in, I'll do it bad. I'm like, she'll be like, "Did you fucking get it?" Shit, yeah, I got it. Sorry. Yeah, so I do that shit all the time. It's bad.
Like
One time when I was little, I
hillbilly.
stuck a suction cup to my forehead.
Why?
That's off the record.
And then I went like this one. Pulled it out of my forehead. And I had a big giant. You ever see like the cup, like the Michael Phelps did the cup like
Yes,
shit on his back?
yes.
That's
It
what it
looked
looked
down
like
your
on my
head?
forehead. Yeah, right in the middle of my forehead. When I was like fucking 10.
That's
I had to go to a football banquet too that
a pretty
night.
strong suction cup.
Yeah.
No, it was like one that you just stick on your window. It stuck to my forehead. I was like, "Oh, this would be a good idea."
Well, you do kind of got a flat head.
And then pull it off.
I do have a fat head. Thank you.
Flat. Flat.
Flat.
Flat.
I do actually have. Look,
I mean, you got a noggin, but it's
you,
just flat on the
listeners
front.
listeners won't be able to see this,
Makes
but
me nervous.
I have a flat spot on my head.
He has a beer can on his head.
Yeah, there's a beer can on my head.
Dude, that's amazing.
I
Party
didn't even
trick.
get dropped on my head or anything.
That's like the opposite of, you can set a cup on a booty. You know? You can set a bee on his head.
Oh goodness.
Oh my. Okay. we're gonna follow you, keep up with the new music, check you out at.
Well, my social security number is
Give it all up. Credit card
right.
number.
last four of my social. No, I'm on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that shit.
What's your favorite platform to use?
Instagram. I like Instagram a lot better. I fucking hate Twitter. God damn, I hate Twitter.
I don't tweet.
I
was
don't
on
either.
Twitter for like 3
I
days.
got like
and
locked out of my
banned.
account that I had, and so I tried to make a new one, and then no one followed me on that one, so it was pointless to make a new one.
Fuck it.
I was like, wow, I'm
You're
just
like,
gonna quit
I'm
Twitter.
gonna twit or whatever.
I'm not gonna tweet. But I have applied for jobs, like, because I've applied for social media jobs before.
Yeah.
And, like, it says, like, before you apply, if you don't have an active Twitter, like, don't even apply. And I'm like, well, shit. Not everyone likes the Twitter.
Yeah, the only people
I
that
hate
use
it.
Twitter are
It'd be like, if
people
you don't
in
have an
media.
active TikTok, well, I'm not trying to talk to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's I've recently tried to
Join the TikTok?
endeavor on the TikTok.
Well, TikTok, I
deal.
mean-
but I just turned fucking 29, and these kids are 10 years
It's
younger than
interesting
me.
because, like, I know
Dude,
people who
I
are
don't
targeting
care.
their
There's
parents
a-
on there, like, because their parents are probably watching it too then, if there's, like, 8-year-olds on it.
Yeah,
and then,
I
like,
get-
people
yeah.
run ads or, like, target the parents, but I don't know what I would do on TikTok.
I don't give a damn what you do. You can get on there and review goldfish, and
People watch that shit.
It's
I
gonna.
don't fucking
Is TikTok
understand
gonna
it.
be like the what was that one? Vine.
Vine. Yeah,
Is
TikTok's-
TikTok gonna be like
it'll
Vine?
probably fade
TikTok's
like
the next
Vine.
Vine.
There was all these Vine stars that like
But,
crashed because they couldn't.
You know
I
who
know.
else came from Vine? Luke Combs.
Luke Combs did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure did. There is a dude on TikTok that I follow. His name's Caleb Francis, and he is funnier than fuck. And he's not like 12.
Really?
He's like
So you
12
don't
and a half.
follow 12-year-olds.
Oh man.
No, but he's funny as shit. Like I don't know. Some of those. So like, I guess TikTok's like that whole like more of like trending
Yeah.
shit. Like everybody does the same fucking videos. But
I
this
don't know.
dude does like those funny videos where he's like, "Hey grandma, can I use your panties to like it's just
Yeah.
weird shit like that?"
Is it like the
and it's funny as
voiceover
fuck,
ones?
huh?
Like, I know they have like things where you can voice over on it too.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do any of that shit. He just does funny shit.
videos.
I
Like,
hate how they make the ads because the ads on Facebook for TikTok make it look like you can shoot a Steven Spielberg movie with a stupid.
I
I
always see the one of like 5 guys
Yeah.
dancing on my Snapchat. Like, I get that ad every time.
Yeah, I don't have Snapchat.
I never use it.
But
I don't
Everybody
really use
asks
it
me too.
either.
They're always like, "Hey man, what's your Snapchat?" I'm like, "It's
That's
Josh,
weird.
Josh
would
Gallagher
be-
music." Like, okay, cool. I was like, I don't fucking use it. You
I
can
don't-
follow me. I'm not
yeah,
gonna follow
I don't
you
use
back,
it either.
though.
I mean, it
never
is
use
cool. Like for backing for an artist, like I know we do this sometimes. We'll make a Snapchat filter for shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's cool.
Mhm.
But like,
I never use it though.
yeah, I don't ever use it
You
either.
send me snaps
should
and I'm
get
like, okay, cool.
You should
why I
make
open it every day just
your
to
own
check it.
Snapchat filter. That would be good for like.
Hang with a beard and like put like Josh Gallagher, Champaign, Illinois, and like you can take a picture, like a selfie, and get your beard on you, with like a hat branded.
Do you know anybody that we could do that? That could do that for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I winked at her.
That's really awkward too.
Get some Snapchat.
Well, she fucking stalked me.
I actually had a filter already going for you.
Yeah.
She picked up her phone immediately, and I think she was putting down in her notes like, he finally winked at me.
I was in the right place at the right time. Okay.
That's so funny. It's actually you started off with like you like to randomly airdrop people that you know in the airport, and I was like. What? As soon as you said that, I was like,
but that wasn't me. But
that wasn't you.
Someone
randomly fucking airdrop. Well, I do it to people in the airport all the time too.
Yeah.
We fucking we were on a flight one time.
You should airdrop like your songs to people.
Well, that would be smart.
Or like airdrop.
If I was smart, I would do that. But
ad, like,
I airdrop.
Hey guys, it's Josh Gallagher. Listen to my new song, and just give them a 30-second clip.
we fucking. If I was smart, I would do that.
Does it not say like who it comes from?
But it does. You can name your phone anything you want. So
you
I
can name your phone.
Like,
but
okay.
Bob.
if you like, so if I was smart, I would do that. But I don't. When we fly, like me and the band, we just airdrop random people stupid pictures of the band. Mainly our bass player.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So like there was one he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me, but I don't really give a shit. But there was one time when our bass player he shaves his head and he has a beard, so he's like this big 6'4", just like dude, huge, bald.
I didn't see him on the flight.
Just beard, yeah, right. Bald beard. He just looks like this, like, you know what I mean? One of those duff dudes you just don't fuck with, right?
Yeah.
But he's such a dumbass. He does this every so often. And we're like, dude, why do you do this? So he shaves his head, but he'll fucking shave his beard off completely, like randomly. He's like, oh, I lost a fight with my beard trimmer. I'm like, dude, you look at fucking cancer. So we were opening for Charlie Daniels back.
I shaved my eyebrows off too.
We were opening for Charlie Daniels back in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
CDB.
This was last year, and we all took a band picture with Charlie Daniels before his show, and we singled out the picture of our bass player, and on the flight back here, we airdropped it to everybody on the plane. It was
man.
Poor cancer patient. Yeah, like, cancer's nothing to laugh at, but it was fun. Like,
it's context, people.
It's
context. It's context.
Oh man,
it's comedy.
It was so funny.
Lord have mercy.
Love you, Joseph.
Well, people can follow you on social media.
Yes.
If you want to.
Turn off your airdrop if you see him in an airport.
Turn it on.
Let Jenna know if you see him in an airport.
I won't let you know if it's you in an airport. I'll just watch from a distance.
Yeah.
It's like, who's that girl with the spotting scope over there? Oh, that's just Jenna.
No, she's here all the time.
She busts out like a pirate telescope, like. She's just like
I'm so creepy. I don't mean to be. It just happens.
It's not creepy if you're good at it, you know?
See?
Yeah.
You didn't even know I was on that flight. But I knew you were on that flight.
Here's the thing. And even if I wasn't hungover, because 90% of the time when I fly back to here, I'm just hung the fuck over. I'm such a dick in saying this, and I don't mean it personally, but I still probably would have been like, oh, hey. It just doesn't fucking click at the time, and then later I'd be like, oh, that's Jenna. I'm an asshole.
Well, that's a good way to close it.
Yeah. You can follow Inside the Noize on Instagram, Facebook, listen on Spotify. Leave us a review on Apple.
Yeah.
iTunes.
Do that.
Leave a 5-star review. Nice comments. Or a 5-star review with bad comments. Just make it 5 stars.
Yeah. 5-star that bitch.
Either
just
way.
leave like a creepy stalker comment.
Say something weird in there.
Yeah.
And this podcast was recorded at the Sawmill, East Nashville's newest home for weirdos and stalkers.
Perfect.
That's me.
And songwriters.
3 sheets on whiskey and quarter jukebox spending all my money in this dive I've been living in. Hey boss, last call before we turn on the lights. Another rounder, are you doing alright? No, I ain't doing alright. I'm going crazy. Wanna throw this glass through the wall. I can't help thinking who she's with. Is it all my fault? 6 weeks since we gave in and called it off. Yeah, moving on shouldn't take this long. I know I said we would still be friends, but to hell with it, what I really meant is I'm going crazy. Wanna throw this glass through the wall. Can't help thinking who she's with. Is it all my fault? I'm a wreck, I'm a mess, got nothing left to lose. But I like to say I'm fine. How about you? How about you? You'll face my phone somewhere about 3 a.m. asking how I've been. I'm going crazy. Wanna throw this glass through the wall. Can't help thinking who she's with. Is it all my fault? I'm a wreck, I'm a mess, got nothing left to lose. But I like to say I'm fine. How about you? Yeah, I just like to say I'm fine. How about you? How about you?